Hello, guys. My name is Tarash Mandaria. With the help of Georgian National University SEU and 3D Organon, I would like to talk about um, upper gastrointestinal tract. The upper gastrointestinal tract refers to the first part of the digestive system, which is plays a critical role in ingestion, mechanical breakdown, and chemical digestion of the food. It includes the mouth, pharynx, and esophagus. So pharynx is right over here. So obviously this is our hyoid bone. If we have to remove our hyoid bone, this is a membrane of the thyroid or thyroid membrane. This is the thyroid cartilage. And right over here, this is our laryngopharynx, which is also a part of the pharynx. Right over here, this is our oropharynx, for example. And if we go even further, structure that can be a little bit difficult to capture is right over here. Right here. So this is nasopharynx, right? So this is actually a part of the pharynx. After the pharynx, obviously our oral cavity, then pharynx, then we have the esophagus. Um, After the esophagus, we have the stomach. So in general, the mouth. Let's start from the mouth. Mouth is the structure that contains lips, teeth, tongue, hard and soft palate, and salivary glands. They participate in the structure. Basically, the function of this mouth is that it has a mechanical breakdown of the chewing of the food, chemical digestion of, beginning amylase in the salivary starch digestion, and also forms a bolus for the swallowing. So bolus is actually the already um, chewed food that is already ready to be swallowed. Then we have pharynx, which I already talked about. We talked about nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. So those were the structures right here. So this is the nasopharynx. This is the laryngopharynx, and this right here is our oropharynx. I think it's really good to have a display of the structures right here. Apart from this, we need to know that the function of the pharynx is that it has a passageway for the food from the mouth to the esophagus, involving the swallowing of the reflex, which means degglutination. About the esophagus, the structural part is that it is a muscular tube around 25 centimeters long, but it usually differs with different individuals. Sometimes individuals who are taller can tend to have much more longer esophagus, but on average, the esophagus is around 25 centimeters long. The function of the esophagus is that it transports food to the stomach via peristalsis, wave-like muscle contractions, and lower esophageal sphincter prevents reflux of the stomach content. About the stomach, the regions we have in the stomach, if we have to take the stomach and have a closer look, we have cardia. Cardia is located right over here. It's the first part after the esophagus. Now, actually, I didn't mention about the lower esophageal sphincter, but I will mention it when I talk about this a little bit briefly. But right over here, this is what we call cardia. But the most upper portion of the stomach is what we call fundus. After the fundus, we have the body of the stomach right here. And then after the body of the stomach, we have the pylorus. Now, actually, inside the stomach has different folds, and these folds actually, whenever we eat, this actually makes stomach get enlarged and become bigger. when we are eating. That's why it has the folds to increase the surface area. The structure and the function, we kind of talked about the structures, but about the function, stomach secretes gastric juices, HCl and pepsinogen. Now, actually, pepsinogen is a very important structure because pepsinogen is secreted via the cells within the stomach, and this pepsinogen actually digests the proteins inside of the stomach. And this pepsinogen is actually an inactive form. When pepsinogen gets contact with HCl, this pepsinogen gets transformed into pepsin, which is now an active form of the enzyme. The other functions of the stomach is that it mixes the food with digestive juices to form the chyme or chyme, and controls release of the chyme into the duodenum via the pylori sphincter, which is located right over here. Can be seen also right here over here. Obviously, just for you guys to know, this is our pancreas, right? So the function of the upper GI tract in general is that ingestion, right, which is taking the food through the mouth, and also mechanical digestion. So chewing in the mouth, churning into the stomach, chemical digestion, enzymatic breakdown of the carbohydrates and proteins, swallowing, which is coordinating action involved with, pharynx and esophagus and the muscles that are involved with it. Also, transporting of the food, secretion, salivary and saliva, mucus, acid, and enzymes. More specifically about the esophagus, on esophagus, we have the interesting structures that I mentioned, which are upper esophageal sphincter and lower esophageal sphincter. Actually, the upper esophageal sphincter is located around this region, while lower esophageal sphincter, if we have to dissect the liver, it's going to be easier for us to look at that structure, which is called the lower esophageal sphincter, which is located right over here. Now, upper esophageal sphincter, which is located around this region, prevents air from entering during breathing, while lower esophageal sphincter, LES, prevents stomach acid from refluxing into the esophagus. Now, clinically, this lower esophageal sphincter can be loose, and whenever lower esophageal sphincter is loose, stomach acid can go in and get regurgitated inside of the esophagus. That can definitely burn the esophagus or the esophagus internal lining. So this was it for today. Thanks for listening.